Hey, we're going to talk about how to be able to use an HSA properly, and can you use your HSA post-retirement to pay for Medicare premiums, and so much more in today's video. Stick around, I'll be right back. Hey, HSAs are extremely confusing a lot of times for people that are working and contributing to an HSA. Often we see employers now having an HSA because it's kind of a great tax advantage for corporations to be able to set HSAs up, and employees are paying into HSA. So I want to go over some basics of how the HSA works as you're going into retirement, when to actually convert the HSA to an HRA, and then what can you actually use once it's converted, or an HSA once you go into Medicare. How does that exactly work? So one, an HSA is set up for pre-retirement contributions from your employer. You're paying in, it's basically like a tax deduction. So if you're paying in a certain dollar amount, let's say $7,000 a year into your HSA, then it reduces the taxable income that you have as far as your employer taxable income. So if your income is $100,000 a year minus the $7,000, you're being taxed on $93,000. So one of the benefits of it is it reduces your tax liability. So once it goes into the HSA, that is set there. So post-retirement or right before retirement, you would stop contribution into the HSA 6 months prior to enrolling into Medicare Part A and Part B. Now, if sometimes what happens is people think they have to enroll into Medicare Part A to be able to have Part A being intact as they stay on the employer-based plan past the age of 65. So Medicare can become eligible for a person at the age of 65 if you're going to work beyond 65 and contribute to your HSA, and you don't want to take out Part A and Part B. You do not have to. The only reason people take out Part A is if they have an extremely high deductible in their employer-based plan. If you have an employer-based plan and you have employees of more than 100 employees for a company you're working for, more than likely you have a very good employer-based plan. So you do not have to enroll into Part A or Part B. Now, right before you are going to go on Medicare Part A and Part B, by law, you're supposed to convert your HSA, which is going to be your employer benefit specialist that's working with your employer. Let your HR team know that, hey, I'm going to retire and be going on to Medicare Part A and Part B in 6 months. You can convert that HSA into an HRA, a health retirement account. So then post-retirement, you have this money sitting in there. Let's say you've paid in $50,000 to your HSA. You stop contributing 6 months before, and then you roll into retirement, go on Medicare Part A and Part B. Now, how can you use that money, and what can you use that money for? This is the real question to the video today. I'm going to walk you through that here in just a second. So what can you use? Well, if you remember with HSAs or HRA and your money's in this pool, what can you pull out to pay toward? Basically, any Part A or Part B services. Part A is going to be your, if you had a Part A premium, which you probably have not. If you work 40 quarters or 10 years or longer, you're not going to have a Part A premium. It's an entitlement that's given to you based on the taxes you paid in through FICA. Part B, you can pay for Part B premiums. You can pay for copays, deductibles, basically any cost share amount that's for Part A and Part B services. Also, premiums and copay amounts that fall underneath Medicare Advantage plans, and then Part D plans. The only thing you're not going to be able to contribute that HSA or HRA money toward is going to be your private insurance like a Medigap or Medicare supplement. You're going to be able to use anything that's Medicare regulated for Part A and Part B services, or contracted with Medicare like a Medicare Advantage plan or Part D plan, but you cannot use the HRA money to contribute to pay for your Medicare supplement premium. So hopefully, if you guys are asking additional questions with HSAs, a lot of times HSAs can be very confusing when it comes to retiring and when exactly do I convert this over. And hey, I'm not going to retire at 65. I'm not taking my Medicare. So exactly what are the rules when it comes to me working to 67, 68, 70 years of age? Or if you're like my mom, she worked to 78 years of age. She did not have a HSA contribution. But for you guys that have the HSA, if you have additional questions, you can click below or call our office. We'd love to be able to schedule a time and guide you through your specific situation. And then also, if you have a high deductible and you're trying to look at, do I stop contributing and do I take Part A, and I'm trying to figure out those moving parts, that can be complex, and sometimes just putting a pen to paper and having somebody guide you through that. going over your options with you and figuring out exactly what's going to be best for you, you can click below, schedule a time. We'd love to be able to help you. And until next time, guys, I'll see you on the other side.